We are live. It is week 16, game number 7 of the 2021 NFL season. It is between the New York Giants going up against the Baltimore Ravens. We are at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. I'm going to let this go. See you all after the game.
We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. There's a scene a short time ago the Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the New York Giants. Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. Take it in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And what a sophomore season he had for the Cardinals. Pretty much swept every major quarterback award, including the Heisman Trophy. And we spent a lot of time talking about his legs. Formidable. He can run the ball like few others, but the key to everything for him is his ability to be accurate from the pocket.
Now Jackson on first down, and his first look is incomplete. J.K. Dobbins, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jackson rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A game there of 30 big ones. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase it or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. How great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made by Blake Martinez. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
He'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, a new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold it for a short gain when he took off running.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. They'll take it into the end zone for Ravens touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. That time a 9-play drive. And it's capped off for the Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnist write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Off the play action, he'll look to throw. On the move to his left. They'll run it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock is going off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
Nice job there utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun, Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Ball at the 40 here for second and 5. Throwing Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. He can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And they will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, 30 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we have to start thinking about one of these defenses. Just hold someone to a field goal. We may be trying to get advantage that way.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Seven, our score after 1. yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. A shotgun snap and again to Dobbins. And a little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. In this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to bring big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. We'll give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feel pretty good about your next couple of calls.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run. It's Dobbins. Nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Yeah, once more, strong running. Asset blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive room right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. From 19 yards away, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Tucker now and the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now Dion Lewis to return. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. But a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better, and that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown a touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Here's Jones, throwing again on 2nd and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The last play on the completion got half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Jones. A short throw to Ingram, and he will have the Giants' first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction, and was able to track the ball in another.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. A nice shot there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on 1st down. From the gun, Jones looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And these guys will take over at the 30-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 at first. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CB, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can have him in.
From the gun, it's Jackson. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, throw right side, take it in by the tight end, Brilliant. Well, the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, Jackson. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there's no space available. An incompletion as a result.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again. Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Right side and Snead. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10. To throw again is Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And the Ravens are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. I get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And Jackson throwing once more to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Jackson will throw again, and this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead. As the first half is winding down, as the Ravens push further out in front. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's capped off for the Ravens touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here's Lewis. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think they're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So we've come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome everyone to this slimmed down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, but they're trailing here as we get back underway in the second half. And here's Lewis. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And they'll begin by running the option. And he stopped immediately there. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Jones. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
But that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Operating from the gun, Jones under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 46. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly when it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block it.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, whether they have a much better chance of picking up.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. Well, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will take it across midfield and down to 45. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from it too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Give them 3 on first down. They'll set up a 2nd and 7.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson running left side by Snead. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, you hear everyone say, well, why don't you cover it? Double it, triple, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove, right? Rush coming and he's taken down.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Dobbins running out of the gun. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run. And they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we see both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start trying to pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson has scored a keeper from 6 yards out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, I'm not doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a slipper, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Tucker now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here's Lewis. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The New York set to take the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try to take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards they lost, second and 12. On second and 12, Jones, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now Jones from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Jones throwing on fourth down. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I looked down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on first and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there at 22.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they look to throw. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. In that play, they wound up losing yardage.
This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Saquon Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, Jones has just thrown his goal interception. Picked off inside the 10. This spot in the 4th quarter, that deficit, and to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're like keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big one. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Calling a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. 1st down and more for Jackson. And all the way out to the 35-yard line. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delayed game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Another run here with Dobbins. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Now Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, it certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. You know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to say it, and then they come out after that, the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.
All right, guys, there you have it. The Ravens over Windows over the Giants, 28-7. Gonna end the stream. And I'll be back tomorrow for another live stream. So please like and subscribe, and I see you all tomorrow. Have a great day and night.